This is my day. I'm ready to take it on, come what may.
Hadfield Street. Alright, so this is Hadfield Street. And it's the other side of the Georgetown Cathedral. These are actually some new, well, not new, but recent buildings, stores. This building, I believe, used to be a hotel called Trio La Chalet. And this is George Street. And at the end of the street there is that green building. It used to be the home of Stabrick News, the newspaper. Here, this new building, this green building, is a hotel. It's now called the Regency Suites Hotel. I think it's had a number of names since it was built. I've been here once or twice, Regency Suites. Okay, that's law offices of Bernard DeSantis, famous local lawyer. Alright, that orange and that's sorry, the yellow building with the brown trim. And this is Property Protection Services, a guard company, security company that has become another major industry in Guyana. Security guards and companies that provide private security. This is Smythe Street, and it's the other side of the Brickdown Police Station. That's Smythe Street. And on Smythe Street, barely see it, but that is Central High School on Smythe Street. And those kids are children from Central High School. Yep, these kids are coming. They are from Central High School. Okay, so this low building used to be the bus terminal on Hadfield Street. So I remember when I was a kid traveling to Berbice with my mom, we'd come down here and take the bus at 1 o'clock all the way to Rossignol. There was a bus waiting area inside this building and a place to buy tickets, and you'd board this large bus. I think it was Guyana Transport Services Limited, and it would take you over a 2 or 3 hour drive all the way to Berbice, and then you take the ferry and cross to Amsterdam and then take a taxi or another bus home. So this is Hadfield Street. Okay, this is Hadfield Street again. Hadfield Street. So we're now heading east on Hadfield Street. So that's Camp Street. For reference, again, that's the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception. And this is the kind of monstrosity, morning, the kind of monstrosity that everybody's building these days. It's these narrow buildings with glass front. And I think the form factor, that is the shape, the narrowness, and the height, is a relic of the old Georgetown layout. So all the lots were narrow and long, and because of that, when a builder decides to put up a tall building, it has this form factor that makes it look skinny and narrow. And I don't think that's particularly good or architecturally attractive, but it just goes to show how previous layout of the city can affect the architecture. John Street. And then the next block is the prison, the Georgetown prison on Camp Street. So this is Hadfield Street. Used to be fully residential street, but now of course they have all kinds of businesses. That is Spitz Church, a congregational church, and it's one of the oldest churches in the city because it is the Church of the Slaves, a congregational church in Guyana. It was the first church that was attended officially by slaves or former slaves. And this is Smith Memorial Primary School, so one of the primary schools in Guyana. And on the other side, that tall building used to be, in fact, the compound is used to be Chinese embassy, probably still is. Also a Chinese naturals. That's Smith's Memorial. Again, another monstrosity, tall, skinny building with that unusual form factor. And that's a Chinese building, so that's where the Chinese nationals live in the city. And a public service cooperative credit union. So this is the bank for the public sector. We find the police and prison guards and so on. Habitat for Humanity. They have a national office over here. And this is the hotel. Actually, this hotel has been run for a long time. Pelican Inn. And further down, there's some construction going on across the street. And so this is Hadfield Street, one of the few divided streets. So what you're seing is what used to be an avenue. There used to be trees in the center of the city, center of the street. That's the divide. And a walkway, a path. That path no longer exists. Again, another new building with a narrow form factor, but in fact this one is not as narrow as the other buildings. This is another section of the city where embassies have been relocated. So on Hadfield Street, at the intersection with Cummings Street, Louisa Row, a bunch of embassies have been relocated to this area. I think these are Latin American embassies, like Peru and Ecuador, Colombia and so on. It's a fairly recent development, and I guess as we come around, this corner you begin to see the flags. So that's Hadfield Street. These are the embassies. Okay, so this one is the Republic of Argentina, and that is the famous Central Baptist Church. And the street is Cummings Street, which turns into Louisa Row beyond Hadfield Street. And Hadfield Street continues all the way to the cultural center through sections of the city designated Lacey Town and Worthmanville and Lodge. And this small low building is where they sell propane for cooking. So in Guyana, people still use propane that is delivered in these tanks, metal tanks for cooking. And these are the examples of the sizes of the tanks. There's a 90 kilogram, a 9 kilogram, an 18 kilogram, 27 kilogram, 45 kilogram tanks, and you take those home, hook them up to your cooking range, and that's how cooking is done here. Still, gas is not piped in, but delivered or transported to homes from point of sale. This is the National Insurance Scheme, one of the NIS offices, National Insurance Scheme offices, and this is the equivalent of the Social Security building in Guyana. It's National Insurance Scheme. And there is Hadfield Street in Georgetown. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe, and to leave a comment below. Later.